If you admire these images, you will surely think that they are shaving a piece of moldy wood instead of preparing a delicious dish. Yes, although it looks as hard as a rock and is no different from a piece of rotten wood, this dried tuna dish brings out the pure characteristic flavor of Japanese dishes. So, how is the process of creating this unique dish done? We invite you to explore with us. Catching and processing the unique Japanese dish katsuobushi. Katsuobushi is a type of fermented dried tuna. This is also the main flavor in traditional Japanese dishes, mainly creating dashi broth. Unlike stew in other countries around the world, dashi only takes a few minutes to prepare, but to get the dried tuna katsuobushi ingredients takes several weeks or months. To prepare katsuobushi, the main ingredient is tuna. Tuna is commercially caught by Japanese fishermen on a large scale, typically using fishing rods. This fishing method not only protects the marine ecosystem, but also limits bycatch or harvesting of unsatisfactory small-sized tuna. Many people believe that harvesting tuna with a fishing rod is often not as effective as using large fishing nets. But in fact, this method still ensures the output of tuna supplied to processing factories. In some areas, tuna are often caught in the nets of fishing boats and crabs. If the fishing boat operates for a long time, they will preserve tuna in freezer rooms. When the boat docks, it will be transported to the processing facility and perform the defrosting process. Katsuobushi tuna is frozen and docked at the port where the katsuobushi processing factory is located to shorten shipping time and select the best quality salmon. Each fishing boat takes about a week to reach the fishing grounds, so the fish are stored at extremely low temperatures of -40 degrees Celsius before being transported to the port. Each large ship can dock with about 800 tons of frozen tuna. Tons of frozen tuna are transported on conveyor belts that are defrosted before processing begins. Defrost tuna by soaking it in fresh water overnight or leaving it under running water. Another method is to blow air into the tub of tuna water to melt the ice. The defrosting process is complete when the tuna is defrosted to the core. After being defrosted, the process to fillet the tuna and remove the internal organs, fish bones, and dorsal fin. To make the job easier, people often use sharp knives to easily fillet salmon into different parts. Then place each cut piece of tuna into each metal basket before boiling. By arranging them tightly without gaps, when the tuna is evenly arranged, it will make boiling more efficient. Depending on the factory that produces the tuna flakes, the autoclave is arranged in 10 to 12 layers. Boiling tuna not only contributes to sterilization, but also prevents spoilage and coagulates proteins, making it easier to dry during the smoking process afterward. After steaming, tuna needs to have very small bones removed. Removing bones is an important process because there is a possibility that bones may get mixed when scraping. The deboned tuna is then neatly placed into metal baskets or bamboo cages and then smoked. The wood used to smoke tuna is oak, cherry, and others. The smoking process takes time to remove moisture from the tuna core, so it is important to use hardwood and burn gently and slowly. Tuna is smoked in the drying room for about 6 to 8 hours, depending on the size of tuna and the processing process of each factory. Do you think this stage is over? No, because it also goes through the process of fermenting and drying the tuna. Thinning dried tuna by machine is the most necessary method to remove tar and external fat to ensure dried tuna is preserved longer. Next, add the mold to the tuna flakes. By adding mold, the mold will absorb moisture from the tuna while further decomposing the fat content, eliminating unpleasant flavors and creating an elegant flavor. After growing the mold, the tuna is dried in the sun. After drying in the sun, the mold will be removed. The mold is initially light green, but when the molding and sun drying process is repeated, the color changes to brown. The number of days required to complete the process will vary depending on the number of mold applications. If the mold is made 5 times, it will take 5 months to complete. Through a long and complicated process, katsuobushi is completed. When used, they need to be grated on a specialized wooden board so that they can be processed into different dishes. Not only specialized for stewing soup, katsuobushi is also specialized for sprinkling on other dishes to create a special delicious flavor. Today's video ends here. How do you feel today? Please comment a lot below to let us know. Don't forget, click like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. And now, goodbye and see you in the next videos.